All right, good morning, guys. We're on page 82, lesson 10 homework. It says a triangle has side length of 7, 4, and 5 centimeters. How many unique triangles can you draw? Explain or show your reasoning. Now, we talked about this one yesterday. Remember, 3 angles means you can draw many triangles of different sizes, but if it gives you 3 side lengths, you can only draw 1 triangle. Okay, any triangle you want, 4 centimeters, 5 centimeters, 7 centimeters. There's no other way to draw that. Okay, again, you could rotate it any way you want, but it's still the same unique triangle. Number 2, a triangle has one side length that is 5, an adjacent angle. That just means they're touching. 5 and 25 are adjacent, they're next to each other. 2 other angles are 90 and 65. Complete 2 diagrams to create 2 different triangles with these measurements. Okay, well, one way to draw would put the 90-degree right here. So if that's 90, that means this one here would be 65. The only other way to draw it is instead of having the 90 here, the 90 would be up in this corner. Okay, so if I put the 90 there, that means this one would be 65 degrees. Okay, that would be 2 different ways to draw it. Again, those are 2 different triangles because 65 and 5 are across from each other here. Here, 5 and the 90 are across from each other. So that means it's 2 different triangles. Question number 3, is it possible to draw a triangle that has angles 90, 30, and 100? Okay, we've done a lot of these problems. 90 plus 30 is 120 plus 100 is way more than 180. Okay, there's no way to draw that. Not possible. Way over 180 degrees. Question number 4. Segments CD, AB, and GFG are intersect. Okay, so they all cross at E. Angle FEC is a right angle, so I know this is a right angle. Identify any pairs that are complementary. Okay, so you're looking for numbers or angles, that add up to 90 degrees, complementary. So if this is 90, that means this side is also 90. That means these 2 angles would have to equal 90 degrees or be complementary. So I'm going to say angle FEB and angle BED. Okay, this one's also 90. That means this one would be 90 as well. So I'm going to also list these 2 since it does say pairs, which means I probably need more than 1 pair of angles. So I'm going to say CEA and angle GEA, talking about those 2 there. All right, there's also a couple other ones there you could list, but those would be the most obvious. Problem number 5, match each equation to a step that will help us solve. Okay, a step that will help us solve it. So if you're looking, this is 3 times x. What's the opposite of times 3? It would be dividing by 3. I do not have anything that's dividing by 3. It's not an option, so it looks like multiply. So dividing by 3 is the same by multiplying by its reciprocal. So dividing by 3 is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal of 3, which is 1/3. So do you see a multiplying by 1/3? Looks like number 7 there. How about this one? I have x minus 3 together. What's the opposite of a minus 3? And that would be to add 3. Add 3. This one, I have x divided by 3. So the opposite of dividing by 3 is multiplying by 3, and I do see that it's negative there. Okay, so instead of multiplying by 3, I would want to get rid of the negative, so I'd multiply it by negative 3. So what do you see multiplied by negative 3? Looks like number 6. Here I have negative 3 times x, so the opposite of multiplying by negative 3 would be dividing by negative 3. Remember, we don't have dividing, so I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal of that, which would be negative 1/3. Number 8. Here I have x minus 1/3. Opposite of minus 1/3 would be adding 1/3. That looks like number 1. Here I have x plus 3, and again, how do I get rid of a plus 3? I'm going to subtract 3. Again, I don't have a subtract, so what is subtracting 3 the same as? Subtracting 3 is the same as adding a negative 3 to each side, so it should be 4. Here I have x divided by 3. Opposite of dividing by 3 is multiplying by 3, so that would be 5. And that leaves me with 1 left. Number 2, opposite of adding a third would be to subtract a third or add a negative a third to both sides. Final question. If you have $300 in an account, 6% interest rate, how much will be in your account after 1 year? Okay, to get the amount of interest that we will get, we got to take principal times rate times time. That means how much money you start with times your rate times your time in years. So I'm starting with $300. Rate as a decimal, 6% as a decimal would be 0.06, times 1 year. So what is 300 times 0.06 times 1? Well, 300 times 0.06, 0018, move the decimal 2 spots, is $18. That means I get $18 in interest. Okay, so how much money will I have after 1 year? 300 plus what the bank's given me for keeping my money in the bank, $318. Okay, how about if you left it in for another year? Okay, so now I got to do it again, but instead of starting with 300, now I have $318 in the bank for 1 more year. Now I did say you can use a calculator, so we are going to do that. I can bring it up here for you. 318 times 0.06. That means in interest, I'm going to get $19.08 this time. So I started with $318, and I get another $19.08 from the bank. You're going to add them together, and you should end up with $337.08. All right, guys, that concludes the homework for today. I hope you have a good day. Hopefully you and your family are continuing to stay safe and healthy. We will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.